Welcome, Jim. Are you going to read to us today, or are you going to do something different?
I was thinking of dancing.
Okay, all right. He's got his dancing shoes on. Jim.
Well, I'm going to read a story, a short story, and a poem. Okay? And they're both in the current issue of Clover. This first is the story. It's only a couple pages long. It's called Denda and Hoyt. You can go anywhere you want with those names, Denda and Hoyt. And it opens with a quote from Kenneth Patchen: for losing her, all would I profane, as a man who washes his heart in filth. Kenneth Patchen. Hoyt looked bewildered when Denda leaned into his window and said, "You remind me of Kentucky." He turned the engine off and replied, "Get in." He'd been going downhill without brakes for so long, so many months, he no longer noticed his life rushing by, the larger events having no real solidity, and the minor ones being no more than a blur. Then Denda stepped out in front and grabbed him by the throat. Late one Tuesday, she'd come around from behind the bar in the Good Witch Saloon to face him. "I've been watching you for a couple of weeks now. You're already dead and don't know it. I can't see what part of you got cut out, but you're hemorrhaging all right. So who was she, and how'd you get here?" That wasn't the first time he almost took Jameson bourbon up his nose, and with Denda, it wouldn't be the last. He started to tell her it was none of her damn business, but caught himself and said, "Buy you one?" She drank gin on the rocks, Gordon's if she could get it, and the bar stocked Gordon's. He was beyond lonely, yet it was good to talk with someone whose reality you didn't need to guess at. He asked her, "Why me?" "It's like I've got this 9/11 switchboard in my head, and every time you walked in this dive, the board lit up like, a major crime is underway. Serious carnage. Somebody's got to do something, or this dude is history." Hoyt told her about how his wife had left him to join an intentional community because she needed more awareness in her life, and because he, from a spiritual perspective, had come to seem like another species, one she had evolved beyond. The day she and two of her new skim milk friends came to help her move out, he followed them around the apartment, and each time some object or article of clothing was placed in a carton, he'd remove it and drop it on the floor. Finally, she screamed at him to stop. "I'll never stop," he shouted. "I love you, and this is where you belong." "That's just it, Hoyt. I don't belong here, and I don't love you. I can't love you. You're a different species." He'd suddenly become conscious of his breathing. He was like a huge animal about to engage in deadly battle. lungs pumping hot air. He looked from one pale feminine face to another and felt a chill spread up from the base of his neck, then down his spine. They looked like creatures from another planet. He understood. He began to shake. It was as though there was someone else inside him, a delicate, willowy boy, like a soft skeleton behind his bulk. And that other, smaller self began to die, began to shiver and rattle as life left him, as love slipped away like a final breath. She killed me, he told Denda. There was a part of me, the good part, the part that knew there was something beautiful in the world, but it couldn't live without her. How do you know it's dead? Because the world is ugly. People are bad. This is no place for anyone who wants to live in an honest way, to do an honest day's work, and mean what they say. I believe you, said Denda, if what you said didn't sound like a poem. I think that little dude inside you was a poet, and I intend to bring him back. But first, you've got to kiss the butterfly. And then my poem, The Argument. Each creature is an answer to the question of existence. Some more eloquent than others. Dolphins, for example, seem the perfect balance between hedonism and Zen. They eat, make love, play, and sing. Each human incarnates their own answer, the profound intelligence embodied in the unbroken arc that curves from birth to self-realization. In consummating fully the original proposition you represent, you accomplish your contribution to the universe.
Thank you.